Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. Nordi Mukiele dropped for what? The 5th time this season. And I'm here to answer the question, should Paris Saint-Germain let go of Nordi Mukiele to Bayern Munich? Nordi Mukiele obviously was bought in from RB Leipzig for a fee around of 8 million to 10 million last summer by Luis Campos. And I mean, he had a decent last season coming in as depth option, even coming on versus Bayern Munich in that important tie after Marquinhos got injured. But now, this season, under a new manager, not named Christophe Galtier, named Luis Enrique, we can clearly see that he's not rated by Nordi Mukiele, and that's mostly down to one thing. Lucho doesn't operate his right back as most managers do, so it's not overlapping runs, which a fullback, a normal right back is used to. No, he wants the right back to invert into the midfield, creating 4 midfielders in the midfield, and having the open man, which is Achraf Hakimi, and he's been one of our best players so far this season. Mukiele sadly cannot invert into midfield. He can do the overlapping, the normal stuff for a right back. Playlistically wise, he cannot invert into the middle. And that's why he's been preferred to players like Soler and Warren Zaire-Emery. Obviously, Mukiele is much better defensively than a Carlos Soler. But what Carlos Soler can do is he can invert into the midfield, and he has the technical ability to be able to play there, know when to make runs, being able to keep the ball, retain the ball, and so on. Warren Zaire-Emery, on the other hand, he's decent, he's good at defending, and he can also invert with him having better technique and so on. And Mukiele just is not rated by Luis Enrique at Paris Saint-Germain. That's been clear since day one. I mean, when two players, Carlos Soler and Warren Zaire-Emery, two natural midfielders, are being played out of position, in that position, that just tells you that the manager does not rate you, doesn't think that your ability match what he wants from his right back. So what's the point in having a player left with this, especially when the option to buy from Bayern is around 25 million euros? So that we're doing more than doubling the amount of money that we bought Mukiele for. So this would be a great deal for Paris Saint-Germain. Bayern wants him for his ability and his versatility, being able to play as a right back and a centre back. I think Paris Saint-Germain should do this 100% because there's no point in us having him here left in Paris Saint-Germain. The wages that we pay him, it's useless. It's much better getting rid of him and getting an actual right back that can play playlistically in the PSG system. He can even be a player that has less ability or is younger, less experienced, a worse player than Nordi Mukiele, but he would be a better fit because he suits the style Lucho wants to play. It's that simple. And we've recently been linked with Sacha Boey from Galatasaray, and I saw him versus Bayern. He's an amazing player. If we sign him, oh, what an upgrade. And it would be pretty much for the same price. The only issue with Nordi Mukiele is that Bayern want an option to buy, as PSG are pushing for an obligation to buy. And it will be down to see what does Bayern Munich do. Do they accept an obligation, or is it us that accepts an option to buy? Obviously, Nordi Mukiele has already agreed terms with Bayern for a 4.5-year contract after that loan ends, and Bayern are also ready to pay his entire wage over the loan. It'll be interesting what Paris Saint-Germain does. Obviously, they've been pushing, they want Kimmich into that deal, but I think whether Kimmich is in that deal, if Kimmich just says no, I don't want to join, we still get rid of Mukiele. And I mean, we have a futuristic 25 million, and I see Bayern making that transfer happen because 25 million is not the most, and Mukiele, with him having Bundesliga experience, I see him shining at Bayern Munich. So, let me know in the comments down below. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys think we should get rid of Nordi Mukiele and send him to Bayern Munich? Or do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below. That's been your boy PSG, and as usual, allez Paris.